their perspective and their thoughts on your issue. So it's time to pull up the chair to the table. Then you're going to make sure that you hear from each team member. So after you tell them, walk them through the issue prep form, here's what I need from the group and here's why you're here. Then this is sort of the free time of the meeting, and this can take 20 minutes. You can set a time for this, but it's going to be much more free form where people start jumping in. Well, gee, have you thought about this, Sally, or have you thought about this, or what if you did this? And ideas are going to start coming. And this leader is your test. When somebody disagrees with your idea, right, or says something like, I'm not sure that this is going to work, this is really your test for how open you can remain. Put your hands down, take a deep breath, and if you really don't agree with someone else's perspective, then leader, get curious. Say, you know what, I see it really different than you. Can you please tell me more about that? Can you please, I want to understand your perspective. Can you say more? Tell me, what do you see that I'm not seeing? And lean in and get curious, right? Be that 3 or 5-year-old. Ask questions. And then you're going to, once you've heard from everyone, and leaders, you will want to kind of track if you've heard everybody's voice. And again, this gets back to those internal processors. If you haven't heard something from, let's say, Tracy is an internal processor and she's been quiet, make sure that you call on her and say, Tracy, we haven't heard from you. I'd love to hear what you're thinking or where you're landing right now. So then you're going to ask each team member to write down on a piece of paper a concise answer to your question, what would you do if you were in my shoes? And you can tweak that a little bit. What would